Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depende kung anong oras ka nakikinig. We are going to study about Islamic architecture. This lecture will be in 3 parts. The first part will tackle how Islam has influenced this particular style of architecture. The second part will be about the caliphate and the conquest made throughout history. And the third will be describing the architectural character of this architectural style. First, we are going to define the faith that influenced this architectural character. So first, Islam means submission to God's will. The word itself, that's the meaning. And then it is also a monotheistic religion. It means that they only worship one God. And the name of their God is Allah, and the name of the people who practice this faith are called Muslims. The Quran is their holy book, and the founder was Prophet Muhammad. And then it originated in Mecca in the 7th century and is currently the second largest religion in the world. Okay guys, please bear with me kung mamali ko ng konti yung pronunciation, given na hindi naman ako Muslim, and these terms, ayokong ma-murder yung pagkabigkas. I will try to pronounce the terms properly. So these are the 5 pillars of Islam. I believe you will tackle this in your philosophy class, or you have already tackled this subject. So the first one is shahada, to declare one's faith in God, sort of a testimony. And then salah, to pray 5 times a day, at dawn, noon, afternoon, sunset, and evening. May mga may mga iba pang terms, may exact term dun sa 5 times na prayer. And the third one is the zakah, which is to give to those in need, or to give is charity work. And sawn, to fast during Ramadan season, the holy month. And Hajj, to make a pilgrimage to Mecca at least once. So yan yung 5 pillars or fundamental na ginagawa nila to practice the religion. Pinakamadalas dyan is the salah, kaya naka-highlight yan dun sa ating slide. Madaming nalilito dito. When we think of jihad, it has a negative connotation because we have extremists using this as a way to justify violent acts. Pero originally, ang ibig talaga niyang sabihin ng word na yan is to struggle. Kumbaga may conflict. It's the term for holy war. And this happened during the conquest in the 6th and 7th century, wherein nagsakop sila to propagate the belief. Nagkaroon ng conflict amongst nations and countries and tribes. And then one of the terms we will also be discussing is the caliphs or the caliphate. So after mamatay ni Muhammad, sila yung mga pumalit sa kanya as religious and political leaders. So the caliphate here is a political religious state comprising a Muslim community, and eventually nung malaki na yung state na yan, naging Ottoman Empire siya in the 1500s. And then Sharia law, this you already know perhaps, faith-based legal system. Sa mga caliphate kasi, hindi kagaya ngayon sa Pilipinas na hiwalay yung church and state. Sa kanila, it's very much integrated yung Islamic beliefs doon din sa law that they implement amongst their communities. Now we are going to look at the origins of the Islamic architecture and the history behind this architectural style, because it's really vital for us to know kung ano yung naging history nito bago nating makita kung ano yung visual manifestation of the belief and the influence within the architecture. So we will start by looking at the early Islamic conquest. We know pretty much the basics about the belief, and This is a map that shows the current empires. We have the Sahara nomadic tribes, and we have the Byzantine Empire. Here, the Eastern Roman Empire, as of the moment, this is in the early 6th century, and we have the Persian Empire to the east. This is the area of the Middle East here. This is the Arabian Peninsula, and as you can see here, the Arabian Peninsula is formed with different tribes. Hindi pa siya united as we know now, and part of the Arabian Peninsula are vassal states or colonies of the Persian Empire. And to the west, we have the existing Eastern Roman Empire or the Byzantine Empire. And several tribes and nations at the north and the south. Pero dito tayo magko-concentrate sa area nito where Islam began. So, nag-start ang Islam sa Mecca, wherein the Prophet Muhammad received the vision, and then he traveled to Medina. Nag-travel siya doon kasi when he started telling the people about the belief, the new faith, which is a monotheistic faith. As of this time kasi, ang Arabian Peninsula, madaming tribes, and they are, most of them are polytheistic. Madami silang mga Diyos na sinasamba. And then, a vision came to him, and syempre, bagong religion ito, bagong faith. And he started telling the people, but not everyone were willing to receive him. So, there was persecution during the time, and there has been plans to assassinate him, to silence him. So he fled. He went to Yasrib. Ngayon ang tawag na sa kanya is Medina. So nag-emigrate siya from Mecca to Medina. But the birthplace really of Islam is in Mecca. Napaka ano yan. So it's regarded as one of the holiest places for them. So, kung makikita nyo dito sa mapang ito, yung green na arrows, yun yung travels ni Prophet Muhammad in spreading this his newfound faith and propagating it. And during this time, nagkaroon din siya ng conflicts amongst existing tribes who have existing beliefs. So, after his death, yung mga black na arrows dyan, papalabas all around the Arabian Peninsula. Yan na yung time ng mga caliphates, wherein sila naman yung nag-start ng mag-Islamic conquest or aside from spreading the faith, nagkaroon na rin ng mga ng conquest o may mga sinakop silang mga lugar and na-establish din nila more firmly ang Islamic faith. Lumabas sila dito, so may existing tayo na Persian Empire to the northeast and the existing Byzantine Empire northwest of the Arabian Peninsula. As of the moment, habang naglalakbay ang kanilang community and yung caliphates, nagsispread out sila, merong existing conflict itong dalawang empires na ito. And ang nangyari after that is nag-escalate yung war, so nagkaroon ng ongoing yung conflict. At the same time, nagsimula na silang mag-conquest and nagkaroon din ng plague as of the time. So sobrang exhausted na yung resources ng both empires, kaya nag-give way din para makapag-expand yung mga Arabs papalabas ng Arabian Peninsula. And also, habang nagko-conquest sila, yung influence din nung faith nila dun sa mga nasasakupan nilang mga lugar as they spread out. So yun na nga, after 50 or so years, itong kulay green sa mapa natin, yan na yung sakop ng caliphates. So nasakop na nila itong mga areang ito. So this is Northern Africa, and then hanggang sa most of Spain, nasakop nila ang Spain, most part of Spain. They tried to go into Europe, pero hindi masyadong naging successful. Pero naging successful sila sa Spain. Nagkaroon sila ng conquest dyan, and they were able to acquire yung lands na ito. And they were also able to spread yung empire dito naman sa northern part. This is in Syria, going up to Armenia and the Persian Empire, basically. Pero may natira pang remnants yung Byzantine Empire, which is na-preserve nila. So throughout this time, there are conflicts. May kita nyo naman dito yung mga details na yan. There are conflicts na ongoing pa rin during that era, 7th century hanggang 10,025. So, yan yung ongoing conflict during that time. Pero they have been very much successful in conquering itong mga lands na ito.